Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at solving addition and subtraction problems. This is the readiness practice for 3.4a Proficient. If you're interested in looking at 3.4a readiness practice at the intermediate or the advanced levels, or the readiness practice resource for any other standards, you can do so by using the link in the video description. So we have a school holding a carnival, and we've got some clues here. We've got 399 tickets sold first thing in the morning. 154 more tickets sold in the afternoon than in the first morning. And then over the weekend, they need to sell 2,000 tickets. How many more tickets do they need to sell? Well, we've got quite a few numbers. I'm going to draw a strip diagram so we can see the relationship between these numbers. So I see if the school's goal was to sell 2,000 tickets. So that lets me know that we're dealing with a total right here. That's our goal, our target. 2,000 tickets. So what have we already sold? We've sold 399 tickets the first morning. All right, so I'm just going to put that there, 399. That's my first morning right there. Now, 154 more tickets sold in the first afternoon than in the first morning. That does not say that they sold 154 tickets in the afternoon. They sold 154 more tickets in the afternoon than in the morning. Well, how many did they sell in the morning? Well, they sold 399. So this is what I need to do. I need to draw the same amount that I sold in the morning, 399, and then I need to bring in those 154 more. So let me make sure we see what we did here. This is the afternoon because the clue said they sold 154 more in the afternoon than they did in the morning, which means I have to take the morning, the 399, and then add 154 to that. So now I've got 399, 399, and 154. And then how many more tickets do they need to sell? So this is what I'm looking for here. Need to sell. That's my question mark. So let's add up our 399 for the morning, and then our afternoon is actually the sum of the second 399 and the 154. I don't really need to know what that sum is because it doesn't ask me how many were sold in the afternoon. I'm just going to add all of them up. So that's going to be 99 is 18, add 4 is 22. 99 is 18, add that 2 is 20. So that's 25. And then I've got 2 and 3 is 5. And then that's 8, and that's 9. So we've sold 952. And so I'm going to just kind of use another color here, and I'm just going to make that total right here, 952. Now, that's not my answer. My answer is not how many tickets have they sold. My question is how many more tickets do they need? So now I need to subtract that from my 2,000. So let's take my 2,000. Let's take my 952. We need to subtract. We need to do an awful lot of regrouping. So I'm going to take 1,000, leaving 1,000, break it up into 10 hundreds. I need to take one of the hundreds, leaving 9, break that up into 10 tens. I need to take a 10, leaving 9, and break that into 10 ones. Now I can subtract. 10 ones minus 2 ones is 8. 9 tens minus 5 tens is 4 tens. 9 hundreds minus 9 hundreds is 0 hundreds. And then I've got with that 1,000. So they need to sell. I'm going to put that in a statement here. So the school needs to sell, and then let's put our number there. Needs to sell 1,048 more tickets. All right, so your visualizations might be different than mine, but that is our answer, that 1,048. Next, we have a bakery selling cupcakes for 4 weeks. They had a goal of selling 1,000. How many cupcakes do they need to sell in week 4? All right, so this is going to set up like this. We have our total here, 1,000. And this is pretty straightforward. We've got our 3 weeks. All right, so I'm just going to kind of put them like there. They don't necessarily need to be proportional. I'm just going to label it as week 1, week 2, week 3. There is a gap because this is going to be week 4. And all that together needs to equal 1,000. So I've got 187. And so I'm going to put my 187 in week 1, my 204 in week 2. So a lot more in week 3. That's 415. So let's do that same thing. Let's add 187, 204, 415. So 7 and 4 is 11. Add that 5 is 16. And then that's going to be 10. And that's going to be 2, 4, 8, 806. Now, the answer is not 806. That is simply the subtotal, right, of this right here, 806. And so now we need to subtract that from 1,000. So 1,806. We do need to regroup. So I'm going to take one of the thousands, leaving none of them because there's only 1,000. Break that up into 10 hundreds. Now I've got to take 100, leaving 9. Break it up into 10 tens. Not for the tens. The tens are fine, but I need to subtract 10 or regroup a 10 in order to get over to the ones. Now I've got 10 ones and 6 ones. That's 4. That's 9. That's 1. 194. So the question is asking about the bakery. How many cupcakes do they need to sell in week 4? We can say the bakery needs to sell. And then I'll just say my answer. 806, remember? Not our answer. That's how much they've sold so far. We're looking for this 194 cupcakes in week 4. All right, so that's going to answer our question because we're asking about the cupcakes. And if we want, we can go ahead and just put it right there. Let's see. Let's get the right number in there, 194, and that would work as well. Okay, a school library had 1,500 books. They received a donation of 550 new books, but then 295 of them were returned because they were in poor condition. How many books are now in the library? All right, so let's just start with, in our strip diagram, let's just start with this quantity, 1,500. All right, so that's how many books they started with. Now, they received a donation of 550 new books. So I'm going to add on to this, and I'm going to say 550. But they didn't get the full 550 because 295 of them were returned. Okay, so I'm going to kind of draw another bar underneath. I'm going to kind of cross off like that. That's going to represent the 295 that are gone. So how many books are now in the library? Well, it's 2 steps. First, I need to figure out how much is this 1,500 and 550. So I'm just going to add those. It's going to be 2050. But now, from that 2050, I need to take away the 295 that were returned because they were in poor condition. So let's take my 2050, and we're going to subtract the 295 that they could not take because their condition was poor. So I am going to regroup from that 5. I'll leave 4 tens to give me 10 ones. So that's going to be 5 ones. Now I need to come back over here to my thousands. Leaving 1, I'm going to take that and turn it into 10 hundreds. Now I'm going to take one of the hundreds, leaving 9. I've got 14 tens now. So it's going to be 5 tens, 7 hundreds, 1,000. So that's what's left. And so if I wanted to, I can even draw a little bracket right there to show 1,755. So I can say the library now has And then I'll put my answer. The library now has 1,755 books. So if you are looking for the readiness practice for 3.4a for either the intermediate or the advanced levels, or you are looking for readiness practice for any other standard, you can do so by using the link in the video description.